Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. 31 years ago today, everything changed. We'll get to that at the end of Music Entertainment News, plus Haim tickets that will throw your way as well. But first, we go through a lot of movies that are getting either reboots or sequels. Spaceballs 2 is for sure now happening in 2027. This is a movie that Case has seen. You have seen that one, and Kenzie, you've seen Spaceballs as well, which is unusual, not knowing the Star Wars story that it's parodying, but you enjoy the movie.
I got the concept. I'm like, oh, the big helmet, Darth Vader.
Yeah, big helmet. So good. And Rick Moranis hasn't even done a movie in like 20 years. He phased out of Hollywood to raise his kids, and he's coming back for it. So a lot of the original cast is coming back for Spaceballs, including, I believe, Bill Pullman will be in there, and obviously John Candy's gone. Can't have him in there, but a lot of the people that did the original movie are going to do it, including Mel Brooks, who's like 140, I think.
Yeah, I think he's approaching 213 years old.
But it will be out.
Guys.
Yeah. That's not, no, the guy's just done everything. You know, go back to Blazing Saddles.
You know what's funny, though, is Brian gets wildly uncomfortable with ageism, and then he'll call somebody else 216.
Yeah, that's the complicated legacy that I have.
Hey.
Like OJ.
Just like OJ. For context, Mel Brooks turns 99 in a week and a half.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
That's a good run.
Now, they shouldn't release the movie in 2027. That's the problem. I mean, he's going to be 101.
Well, you got to wonder if they filmed it already or not. I would assume not.
Yeah. They announced it's coming. So it's all like 40 years, 87. It'll come out in the 40th anniversary of it. But cannot wait for that. And in an era when we're sick, I think it was Dakota Johnson, Kenzie, you pointed out that she just had this big rip on Hollywood just redoing the same movies over and over again.
Yeah, Dakota Johnson just went in, which is interesting because she's in a movie that's not the traditional, right? Like, because right now, like, the big knock on Hollywood is they'll only produce something if it's like a Marvel movie, basically. You can't go see anything else. And she's a materialist, obviously. So it was just interesting for her to be like, F them all. I love her, personally.
Yeah, I mean, these are examples of that. These movies all in a row we're going to do here, but it doesn't. I really do want to see a Spaceballs too. So
yeah,
maybe a little hypocritical there too.
It would be awesome if they faced enough kickback now, where it's like, okay, because the thing is, they only want to spend money if they're going to make $14 billion off of it, apparently. So only Marvel movies exist. So hopefully there's been enough kickback and demand between like sinners, materialistic. Like, people are excited to watch movies that aren't just part of a huge comic book franchise still.
Yeah, and this also, to note, will be a theatrical release. So it's not going to be on Netflix or Amazon or whatever. It will be in the theaters in 2027. At least that's what they're saying right now. 2 years ahead, who knows? Like Spinal Tap dropped some more hints. And I cannot wait for September of that Spinal Tap 2. Again, 40 years from the last movie. And I know, Case, you have not seen that.
No, I feel like I have because I work with you, and it's like working with a Spinal Tap impressionist.
It's so good.
But I've never seen Spinal Tap.
I thought you were comparing his personality to like getting a Spinal Tap. I was like, damn.
That
but
too.
never mind.
Honestly, that's a
Mel
reach,
Brooks is
Kenzie.
old.
That's a big reach on your part.
Sorry. I thought that's what he meant. I'm sorry.
Have you seen Spinal Tap, Kenzie?
A long time ago, I saw Spinal Tap, but yes.
So good.
You love it.
And the theme that they're all going to use for the new movie does relate to today and what's going on in their lives 40 years later. So I'm looking forward to that. You have to watch Spinal Tap, the original, when we get closer to September, I guess.
Sir, yes, sir.
And also,
Fran Drescher's in it, so you know I've seen it.
there's the cameos are unbelievable in that movie. I mean, Metallica named the Black Album because of Spinal Tap.
I did not know that.
And every band, when they saw that movie, much like it's amazing that Metallica made the movie Some Kind of Monster because that's like Spinal Tap. They were terrified when they saw Spinal Tap because when they were interviewed afterward, they said, this movie's supposed to be funny, but really it's so real about how much idiots we all are, and how dumb. It nailed being in a band and the band lifestyle so perfectly. Another one, the original official trailer for the Naked Gun reboot has been released with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson.
Amazing.
I would play it, but it's very physical, so we don't need to play the physical comedy on the radio. It wouldn't work too well.
Oh, you don't think that would go well?
I don't think so. We'll put it up on our Facebook page. But Liam Neeson is...
Go ahead, Case, get that up there.
Yeah, Case, get that up there if you can. Frank Drebin, Liam Neeson is Frank Drebin Jr., and Pamela Anderson. Apparently she, in some of the early scenes, is unbelievable in this movie. But ironically, with Naked Gun, that trailer dropping, today is the 31st anniversary of something that changed everything. And That was. The O.J. Bronco chase was 31 years ago today.
Wow.
How about that? And
You know what's insane? Is you got me twice. I forgot that we talked about this morning. I was like, oh, what was it? It's like 2 times now. I've been shocked by this information.
But
today.
again? 31 years ago again?
Oh, I thought it was going to be something. I don't know why I didn't anticipate that. All right, here we go.
Thanks for paying attention. 90 million people watched it live on TV. The only thing that beat that is probably the ending of the TV show MASH, where like 200 million people watched it with only 3 channels available. At least in the night.
I think the ending of MASH is more disturbing than the car chase, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be. A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. But there were more channels in the 90s. There still weren't 3 channels in 94, but still 90 million people tuned in to watch the slow chase of the Bronco going through. So we thought we'd finish a perfect opportunity to play the late, great Norm Macdonald on the audio that got him fired from Saturday Night Live because the guy that ran the network was OJ's friend. And they told Norm not to do any OJ jokes. Well, he didn't.
Hey,
he didn't.
Well, let's get to O.J. O.J. Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind O.J. of how much more killing he still has to do. The most popular Halloween mask this year is O.J. Simpson. And the most popular Halloween greeting is, "I'll kill you and that guy who's bringing over your glasses, or treat." This week at the O.J. Simpson trial, the infamous bloody glove was finally introduced into evidence, and O.J. didn't help his case any by blurting out, "There it is, I've been looking all over for that thing." In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. You don't get worse luck than that. Testimony during the final week provided some spellbinding moments. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat."
Oh, man. The late, great Norm Macdonald. 312-591-8300. Promise these tickets for you. Haim, they have a new album out. I Quit. It's out this Friday. The I Quit Tour is the United Center on September 12th. 312-591-8300. Caller 10 right now. From our great friends at AEG Presents, give you tickets through Brian and Kenzie and Q101. So call now.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Moment in the show where we, I don't know if it's the appropriate music, Kenzie, but something like Secret goes on with Q101.
this is scary.
It's scary, but sometimes Secret can be scary. This isn't scary.
It's scary good.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to help.
It helped. I got rid of the music. So we do a lot of things here on the air. You hear these contests, like, for example, the trips to Vegas or, whatever. We have the trips to London. We've had so many things that we do on the air that are pretty obvious. We have these other things, and Kenzie, I don't know if you can describe it better than I can, that are in secret, but you can still win amazing, incredible things.
So basically, we have these insane giveaways. I'm talking about like vacations, whole trips. Remember when we went to London last year for the Bears game? That was one of these giveaways, but we're not talking them on air. This is not a way to call in. We're not going to sit here and broadcast it. So we talk about it after the fact like we are now, but we never talk about it. You have to hop on our socials. You have to follow us, and that message will slowly get distributed out. You got to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you mention, like, I'd like a steak right now, and then a steak ad comes up on your Facebook, stuff like that. That's the kind of creepy part of some of
kind
the
of
stuff.
that vibe. Okay, we keep it on the DL. You never know what's going on. I will say there's one going on right now.
Yeah.
We have, we're about to have, some winner coming up for this one big draw. I mean, we have some big, big things. Like I said, imagine, and it's not hard. What you have to do is not hard. It's not selling your soul or anything. We're being so secretive. But it's not difficult. And again, people have won like the whole trip to London with everything included. Bear trip plus a +1. All these come with a +1. and most of them are flyaways, baby. So, and it's not hard to win.
It's just about paying attention on your social.
It is.
Like you can doom scroll there all day. Just pay attention while you're doom scrolling, and you might see something that gets you a winner. Now, we have a bunch of people on hold that have a contest to go to New York to see the Lumineers. And since we'll go through the line here of people, no one knows who won or not yet.
A couple people lined up.
Yeah, we got like Big Fern. Remember Big Fern shows up at all the Cubs broadcasts.
Our Big Betta?
Yeah, Big Fern, what up?
Hello, how's it going?
It's going amazing. Big Fern's one of these people that have qualified for it. So here's what you get if you win this. A 3-night stay in New York, round-trip airfare to New York for 2 people, 2 people to Chicago versus New York at Yankee Stadium,
Woo!
and 2 tickets to Lumineers at Citi Field, and $500 and a Visa gift card.
Ooh-wee. Oh, God.
Now, Big Fern, like myself and Case, kind of a big gambler online, and maybe that $500 gift card goes towards something like that. I'm not telling you what to do with it. It could go to food. It could go to drinks, whatever. But you know what, Big Fern? You are absolutely the winner, and you're going to New York, baby.
Oh, my God. Thank you guys so much. I'm literally shaking. Holy crap.
So you get all that. The trip to New York, 3 nights. You get take somebody with you for the Chicago, New York Yankee Stadium, Lumineers, Citi Field, and $500 and a Visa gift card just because Big Fern paid attention online. He did not call in for this. He paid attention by following Q101, all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, all of them.
And I want to say, what's so crazy, so we get like these radio studies sent into us, and something that we were told in our last meeting that we went over is the number one issue as the radio station that we have is people think giveaways are scams because of how the world works. You don't just get stuff for free.
Yeah.
It's the number one problem that all of radio has when they're doing their giveaways is people assume they're scam. So if you see a video of Brian and I's face telling you could win a vacation, I'm going to say it's very high odds it's not a scam because as you can see, Big Fern just won. That's what we have going on. So like, take the time to look into it. It's actually not too good to be true, which it seems like it is.
Big Fern is not AI created. You can see him in the pictures at our Cubs opening day broadcast, right? Big Fern, you were there and you're a real person.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's true. It's like they said, I mean, people may think it's not real, but I work from home and I send the keywords every time that I can. And yeah, it's legit, man. It's like, definitely don't give up. Don't give up.
Wow. There's the Jimmy V speech at the end. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. I love it. Big Fern, so you are the winner. And also, before we let you go with all the baseball tonight, of course, we got the Brewers at Wrigley and the Cardinals on the south side. Do you have a bet you want to give to our listeners today because you're so good at this?
I mean, if you're a Cubs fan, you got to bet on the Cubs regardless, even if they were the underdog, just because they're playing Milwaukee, and obviously they're trying to win the division. So keep the faith, Cubs fans, because we're winning the division this year. It's happening.
And Big Fur's feeling good today.
Yeah, I
this
guess
is
so.
his day, baby.
Real good.
I thought he was going to give me like an 18-leg parlay. Just said bet on the Cubs. All right, Big Fern, congratulations. You're going to New York, the Lumineers, the baseball, $500 Visa gift card, everything. It's all yours, buddy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Start getting your takeaways in from today's show. 312-591-8300. Something memorable to you on today's show. Text that in right now. 312-591-8300 as we get to some local stories out there of note. This is interesting. So the state has acquired some property over the years, and they can't find who owns it. It's unclaimed property. There's a section on the Illinois Treasurer.gov website. You can get a link to that for claiming property. Maybe it's yours. If you can prove it's yours, you can get it. But over the years, stuff has piled up, and they need room, apparently, in the building wherever this is all housed. So they're doing an auction that's going on right now on the website of things like a Ryan Sandberg rookie card, along with a card of the home run king Hank Aaron with a minimum bid of $180 as of Monday afternoon. This will go through the rest of the week, I believe, this on the website.
So where does the money go? Just into like our government?
Yeah, for potholes. I'm sure it's going to go somewhere really appropriate. They probably go to lunch. They probably have like a mixer at the office. They get, some Little Caesars pizzas.
And they use Kenzie's hard-earned cash as a napkin.
Yeah, pretty much it.
You know that like something like this happens, like Guess we're getting Joe's Seafood instead of Little Caesars for the caterer, instead of like anything ever improving.
Some of the items that they have that they can't find the owners of is outstanding. There's 200 lots that will be auctioned off as part of the sale, which will take place to June 22nd, so the rest of the week. There's a Anakin Skywalker comic book from the Phantom Menace film series, along with a Yoda Pez dispenser, where the Pez part is Yoda's head.
This was all from one person's house? Or?
Well, different people. They just can't find who owns this stuff, and it's sitting around in a box somewhere in the office, so they're auctioning it off. You've got some Sammy Sosa cards.
Strange.
It is concerning that we're now paying our state bills with Yoda Pez dispensers, although I will be bidding on said Yoda Pez dispenser.
Hey, times are tough, man. Even the state can't pay their cable bill.
If I could make a change in the community by buying this, I would.
Yeah.
What else is on the list?
A Chicago White Sox card of Michael Jordan.
Fun.
So Michael Jordan card. That's got to be worth something, right?
No.
Why isn't it?
Why? Because why would it be?
Well, because it's Michael Jordan playing a White Sox uniform.
Okay.
Oh, I have one of those.
You do?
Yeah. How much what does it say? What's it going for?
I don't see the minimum bid here.
I'm like literally, my husband has that in a case. Like he has like this big case at home with a bunch of them. I will sell the hell out of it. He never looks. Is it worth a lot?
Well, fortunately, he doesn't listen to the show, so he won't know you're doing this.
I know. He never listens.
Well, it's an auction, so you don't know. The auction, like for that Ryan Sandberg card, starts at $180, and I don't know if it's gone much above that.
They're spending all their time on this. They're going to make a couple $100.
There's...
And also, what do you mean, like, they just found... What if this is just somebody cleaning out their desk at work? Like, they found a box.
This is embarrassing. There's a Sammy Sosa card where the high bid is $5 right now.
Yeah, that's about what it should be.
What is
going on?
Why are they wasting the website's time and effort to put these up to get rid of them?
Do you know what the website is? IllinoisTreasurer.gov, is that it?
Yeah, but I'm actually looking at a link. It links it better on Kenzie's link, which is, we're just talking on off the air, it sounds like.
Sorry.
Kenzie likes to do prep from MSN.com, and there's a
okay, laugh at me, but you're using it right now.
I will say this link is amazing.
Exactly.
Because
I get good prep from there.
Because it links right to the part of the government site. It makes it easier to find exactly what they're doing.
I know.
So example...
Mock my prep.
Well, from MSN. Oh, so wait a minute. Now it says the high bid on the Hank Aaron card's $170.
Oh, we did that. People heard.
Uh-oh.
But I thought it said the minimum bid for the Ryan Sandberg card was $180, and that seems to be at $170 as well. Do you get both of them in that package? Ugh.
How much does somebody want the Michael Jordan White Sox card? You bid with me. I will give it away.
Doesn't Hank Aaron deserve his own auctions bidding site? Oh, I mean, Ryan Sandberg does too.
Whose job is it to post this? Like, who's like in a government building? Like, make sure you get those playing cards up on our website. That's weird.
So it does say description: 2 baseball cards, a 1955 Topps Hank Aaron number 47, and a 1983 Topps 83 Ryan Sandberg rookie card. Together, it's going for $170 right now. You have till Sunday at 6:30 to up that bid.
And you think it should be worth more?
I think it should be. It's Ryan Sandberg, for God's sake.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything.
It should mean a lot. Why doesn't anybody care? Why doesn't the card community care about Ryan Sandberg?
Because it's Ryan Sandberg.
He's incredible.
And I'm actually asking Case because you know about these things, like the playing cards and stuff.
So condescending.
No, but whatever.
So you're just Pokemon.
My question is any card like that valuable if the person's alive still, or is it only like players that have passed away that have like really cards that are valuable?
No, like LeBron stuff and Jordan stuff and to a weird degree Derrick Rose stuff. All that stuff's very valuable.
Oh, it is. So you don't have to be dead for it to be worth something.
You don't have to be dead for it to be worth something.
Why isn't the Michael Jordan White Sox card worth that much?
Well, it probably is in poor condition. Because it's in a state auction.
Ours is in really good condition. I'm just... Yeah. How much do you think I could get for that case? Honestly.
I don't know. I gotta look at it. Send me a photo of it.
As if you don't know off the top of your head.
I gotta look at it.
By the way,
I'm trying to get laid right now and act like, oh, cool. Tell me how much it's worth.
I gotta look at it.
Wait a minute.
Whatever. If it looked perfect, how much would it be worth?
We got an early takeaway.
Imagine it perfect.
We got an early takeaway from Brett. Takeaway, I learned today that MSN still exists.
Kenzie's their one user.
You guys, they have the best stories. They scour the internet and they accumulate their... You guys use my prep from there all the time. How dare you belittle me?
Now, Josh said from 219, I bought a Mark Johnson basketball card for $20 because it had the Menendez brothers in the audience in the background.
That is a good one.
That card's
That's
only worth...
insane. Who spotted that?
No, that's famous thing when the Menendez documentary came out last year. People, it's been known for years. Why is that only $20? The Menendez brothers are in it at the game for Mark
But
Jackson.
no one's like, oh, awesome, you know them? That's why. Like, nobody wants, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Those are
Brian,
my friends.
Let's run through a hypothetical, Brian. You're at a card show. I'm selling the Mark Johnson basketball card with the Menendez brothers on it. And I ask you, how much will you pay for this? You're going to go, about $20.
And nobody would outbid me?
No!
Because I would say $20. You're right.
It's a Mark Johnson basketball card.
But in fairness, Brian would say that about anything. He'd be like, this is a trip to Mexico. He's like, I'll give you $20.
$20. We'll start there. We'll start the bidding there. All right. Well, anyway, that's on the Illinois Treasurer.gov site, but Kenzie's MSN link has all the better links to it. We'll
You're welcome.
post the MSN link now. Finally, if you like food and you love Naperville, this is your day. The Cheesecake Factory opens today at Block 59 Shopping and Dining Entertainment District. There's a lot of stuff planned for the rest of this year in 2026, but the 8,700 square foot restaurant, 310 staff members in the new location. We like that because people are working. We love that. It's on 428 South State Route 59, and it opens today. So Cheesecake Factory now open in Naperville. I know you needed it. And
Hey-o.
go there and pick one of the 250 things off their menu. I used to love the mashed potato omelet, but they took it off the menu. How dare they have
Bastards.
250 things and not have that omelet on there?
Ugh. But they have that like rye brown bread that's sweet. It's delightful. And the white chocolate macadamia nut cheesecake is, in fact, the best out of the 800 cheesecakes available.
Get in the car, kids. We're going to Naperville.
Okay.
All right, 312-591-8300. Give us your takeaways, and we'll do them all after All American Rejects, veterans of Q101's Twisted Christmas.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I'm sorry. I saw the Wiggles on WGN. I wonder if they're in town.
I know. That's what he said. We were in the middle of a conversation, and Brian goes, are the Wiggles in town? And then he immediately turns his microphone off.
I got to get tickets for Harper if they're in town. But
They're in town.
Where are they playing, the Wiggles?
Oh, hold on.
Probably Chicago Theater.
They're not. They're playing the Rosemont Theater on June 21st. Tickets start at $12.
What? That's cheap.
Okay.
Well, it's the Wiggles.
They're incredible. They'll sell out.
I just think that they try to make it affordable so families can go.
Well, that's good because I'm a family and I need affordability.
All you do is complain about things being too expensive, and then you hear the price of this ticket, you're like, well, that's ridiculous. They should charge more.
I'm worried if the Wiggles can eat on that. I want the Wiggles to continue.
I think they're doing fine.
Yeah.
So the Wiggles, the Bouncing Balls tours at the Rosemont Theater. That's this Saturday, June 21st.
That's not a good name for that.
I think it's okay.
That's not a good idea.
The Bouncing Balls tour, 6 p.m. start. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. It looks like it is almost sold out, but resale tickets are available as well, starting at $30.
Is there
I need a Daniel Tiger tour. That's the only thing that my son will watch. And I feel like they stopped doing that because it's not as popular of a show anymore.
the rub is I just realized I'm going to see Ryan Adams at the Chicago Theater that
Well, as
night.
long as you come first.
Yeah, well, I can't send Harper alone to the Rosemont Theater.
You could cancel your plans and take her to something she'd enjoy. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the takeaways from today's show. Case, what do you got?
Takeaway from Derek, you don't have to be dead to be worth something.
Good to know.
It's very inspiring.
Yeah, but you're worth more dead.
That's possibly true.
That sucks. Kenzie, what do you got?
Takeaway from Maddie, if you want your kids to shut up, throw pieces of Hawaiian bread at them like you're feeding ducks.
Lead them right out the door, and then they're gone. It's great. Finally, takeaway from Jared773. My takeaway, Kenzie was born June 17th, 1994.
That's not true.
In a Bronco on the freeway in L.A.
That's right.
No,
That's where she was born.
Happy 22nd birthday, Kenzie.
that's true.
It's true. Hold
It's
on to those middle 20s. Case, what do you got on the podcast?
Way more O.J. Simpson content than you were expecting this morning. A deep dive into Orenthal James on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. Also, Kenzie battled with a man who was desperate to get away from his children and clashed with Kenzie today. He did not care about trivia. He just wanted time away from his kids. And it's Tuesday. A new Kenzie's Crimes in which Kenzie goes into a territory that I don't believe we've ever experienced before in Kenzie's crimes. These crimes will shock you. I was revolted, but in a very entertaining way. And that is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Late takeaway from Anthony. I saw the Wiggles on the Shake My Balls tour in college. Oh, God.
I told you it's not good. It's a group of men already called the Wiggles, and then it's like bouncy balls.
No, this was the Shake My
Shake
Balls
my
tour.
ball. It's not good.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.